Now, it's something that is definitely gaining in popularity, taking bioidentical hormones for better health. Dr. Clark Hansen is here from the Hansen Clinic of Natural Medicine to tell us what the signs are that our hormones might be out of balance. Very, very interesting, because I'm hearing more people want to try doing this, taking bioidentical hormones. Good to see you.
Well, women know hot flashes are the key sign of menopause, but there's so much more. It often starts with the mood. People just feel like they're on this roller coaster of moods and depression and irritability, and then they start maybe get the hot flashes later, and maybe it's mental fogginess, and they just think life is too stressful, and all of a sudden their personality's upside down.
Right.
But it's a lot of different things, and estrogens can cause cancer. Most women know that, and a lot of women who were on the synthetic hormones have been taken off because research just in the last 10 years have shown conclusively that those estrogens, the synthetic estrogens, actually increase a woman's risk of cancer, breast cancer especially, but also ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, blood clots, strokes, heart attacks.
So we're talking bioidentical. What are they exactly?
So the bioidentical are natural hormones that are actually made just like the body.
Okay.
So drugs have to be made a little different. In order to make them patentable, make it a drug, you have to change it a little bit.
I see.
The secret nature makes them perfect, and in order to make it a patent, you have to alter it a little bit. So natural hormones have the safety built in, but the body makes 3 different estrogens. 2 of them are much more concentrated, therefore fertility. After menopause, a woman needs more of the estriol, which is 1,000 times less potent than estradiol. So you don't want the one that causes the dye in it. You don't want the dye.
That's why you go with the natural, because obviously it's safer.
Exactly.
Let's look at a list of some of the components you put together for symptoms. And if you're feeling this way, like you said, you might just think it's part of getting older, but not necessarily. Here are some of the things you were talking about.
Yeah, I want to talk about a patient we're going to call Jane. She came in with these symptoms. She says her hormones are imbalanced. She's having hot flashes. That's an estrogen deficiency. Vaginal dryness, another estrogen. Low sex drive. She says she hasn't felt anything for years. History of endometriosis and history of PMS. Now, why is that important? Those are a long time ago. Endometriosis when she was 17, she's now 56. But that is an excess of estrogen early on that causes endometriosis, that causes PMS, which really means a deficiency of progesterone. It's this balance the body has.
How do you test it? How do you test your hormones? If somebody came to you and said, I think it sounds like that's me, how do you know?
We do specific blood testing or saliva hormone testing. Saliva is better for estriol because it just has a very short half-life in the body, so you can't measure it well in the blood. You can measure some of them in the blood. So we do a combination of both. And this patient also had memory loss. That's a pregnenolone deficiency. Pregnenolone, the body converts into progesterone. So it's one step back. We got to look at all these hormones, and your memory loss may not just be aging. You may be low in pregnenolone.
I see.
So this patient also said her sex drive was just gone. She had no feelings. I mean, literally, down there in a woman's private area, she just said, I have had no feelings ever.
And she probably wrote it off to, well, I'm getting older, this is what happens, everyone else has gone through this, my mother, my grandmother, but it doesn't have to be that way.
No.
What are some of the other advantages to taking bioidentical hormones besides some of the things you mentioned?
Well, it's something that a woman can take charge of. So she can do these, the bioidentical hormones, and get her body into balance. What we try to do is help the body to get back on its own. Sometimes it's just so deficient you need to take a supplement from now on, but it's safe. You don't have to worry about the side effects. Now, this one patient of mine, Jane, we're calling her, her sex drive was so low, we decided she needed injectable testosterone for a short period to kind of jumpstart her body. And within 6 weeks, actually within 2 weeks of starting the injectable, she came back and said, I am feeling amazing. I have never
Did you tell her
felt
not to
this
give
way.
you all the details, though?
Well, the amazing details are not only the libido.
She feels great.
And her husband's happy. They have a greater sense of bond and attraction. Their love is better than ever. But also her just sense of well-being. I mean, she's just feeling more satisfied with life in general and just more positive. And testosterone does that. It actually increases that sense of satisfaction with life because you're just more positive, more upbeat.
And you're describing, I think, a lot of women who are watching out there who feel that way. So there's a special promotion that you have going on, which is really key. If you want to stop feeling this way, there is an answer out there. It's not all in your head. There's something you can do about it. What's the promotion?
Well, right now we're going to give away one free hormone test. We're going to have a drawing. Everyone that goes to our website to sign up to join our mailing list will be automatically registered for the drawing. And one hormone test will measure that estriol, that important estrogen, as well as progesterone and testosterone. So you get an overview of really what's going on. I think a woman should test these every year. More important than cholesterol. You need to know your progesterone to estrogen ratio and all those different estrogens, so you make sure you're not in the way to getting cancer, and you've got the balance.
Very important, as you mentioned too, by getting all that checked. Sometimes it all works together, and then your overall health is much more improved.
One more thing for our promo.
Yes.
If you sign up and you don't win, we're still going to send you a copy of our subjective survey. It's a health assessment symptom-wise, so you can find out kind of where things are, so you can see the whole picture. So sign up, go to the website.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Dr. Hansen. Some really good information. You really need to get a good comprehensive study of what's going on.
Yeah.
And if you want more information, as Dr. Hansen talked about with a special promotion, it's very easy. You can either go to drhansen.com or you can give them a call at 480-991-5092.